Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at a pocket computer. Now this is a little bit beat up and I think, well, I don't think this probably doesn't work, but we'll find out. Oh God, it's all got a bit... Ugh. So there's a leather case here which is completely collapsed. I think that should be glued into there somehow. Yeah, I think that is all supposed to be glued in. Yeah, and that's all totally collapsed. There's actually a guide here, sharp info log. Anyway, so this is a Sharp PC-1360, but you can see here it's got these logos on. So info logic. This is actually a stick-on logo. It's very, very well stuck on. I think this has been made as a application specific device, so I don't know whether this works. Does the cover actually? Yeah, so the cover does go on. It looks in great condition. So let me just give you a quick tour of this. So yeah, hard cover goes there, so you can put that there if you want. And yeah, there's nothing. It's actually already on, but it's not doing anything. It has a serial port, and it has a parallel port, I believe. Yeah, and and a contrast control or whatever. And you can use it as a calculator, and it will go into a basic programming mode or calculator mode. And the memory is actually on battery backup cards, specialist cards. So if we have a look there on the back, there's options, various options. So there's the reset button there, and these ones are slot 1. So it says slot 1 and slot 1 there and slot 2 there. So you can use that little thing to flip those open. And these are the cards. Okay. So there's, again, this sticker is custom. So you can see here the sticker says RAM card slot 1 only. So developed by Time Master Systems. So this is not Sharp. This is a custom application. And this one has a model number CE-2H32M, which is a 32K module. These are actually quite rare, difficult to get hold of. So you see all the connections on the back, and they marry up with this strip here. So there's one there, there's also another one here. And yeah, so that's all cool. So let's just get rid of those for a minute. Now this is powered by a couple of battery cells. Let me just be careful how you do this. There is actually a catch there, and it's plastic, so I'm going to use my finger just to there we go. So that shield comes off there, and those are the cells. So these are 2032s, yeah. Okay, so bulged, maybe not. Let's test these. Although I think we know probably know the answer already, don't we? That it's going to be completely flat. So let's just test it anyway and see what happens. Yeah, okay. 0.8 volts. 0.6 volts. Yeah, okay. So that's completely dead. Okay. So that goes in my dead battery box. Everyone needs a dead battery box. Make sure it's metal. Okay. Well, I've got some replacement batteries here. Let's just open that up. Ooh. Wow, that's not easy to open. Okay, so a couple of batteries. The polarity is actually shown here. So there's like a little symbol here which shows where things go. Now the connections look fine, and this bit does the other side of it. So I think they show that way round like that. So that's the upper bit. That's the bottom bit. Okay, cool. And put that on there, and then it goes click. Now I don't know whether it needs these RAM cards in there or not, to be honest, but let's put them in because I have a feeling it might. Okay, the cover off, and the moment of truth. No, so that's not starting at all. I'm not entirely surprised. Okay, let's try a reset. In fact, before we do that, turn this off. Wrong one. Before we do that, I better just test these batteries actually quickly, just because. I'm sure it's fine, but just because they have been sat there for a while. One was in a packet, so I'm sure that's fine. And I'm pretty sure I tested all these before I put them into storage, apart from the ones in packets. That one's tiny. That was a little bit down. Should be 3.2, but 3.1 pretty much. I reckon that's going to be fine. So let's not worry too much about that. So the batteries are fine. There is another issue. Right, let's put that back there. I think it's making connection okay. And this bit shows you stuff. Now, have I got that around the right way? Because that can be any direction, I think. Maybe that actually tells you what is lowest. That's a bit confusing. Let's hope there's a diode protection. Yeah, that doesn't start up. I'm not sure that's right, you know. I'm pretty sure it is that way around. Shows you what's sitting upwards. So what we're going to try now is just do a reset. No. Well, again, this might be caused by the fact that that card is not in. That does say, is that S? Yeah, that is S1. Okay. Yeah, so this is basically not working, and I'm not surprised. Okay. So it would stop there. However, I have a theory, or a... Oh, hang on. There we go. This has happened to me before. Note to self, I should have remembered. This is an interlock. So you see this here. These are... you do that to open a door. Yeah? Fine. But you have to actually make sure that's closed in order to enable everything. So it's not just mechanical. It's also a switch. So it looks like it is working. So it's telling me that the RAM card needs to be cleared. I guess it's corrupted. These cards actually have little tiny batteries in them as well. So I'm going to say okay. he says. Hang on. You got to press yes. There we go. So we're in run mode. If we go into program mode, we can list any programs in there. There's nothing. So let's do a quick program. Whoa. Hang on. Where's the bloody delete? Print. Shift that one. Hello. Okay. And then that's fine. So then you can list it out. So that's the program in memory. You can't run it from here. So you do that. Whoop, do that. And it says bugger off. Okay, fine. If you go into different, yes, I know. How do you clear that? List that. The program in memory is that. Okay. You go into run mode, and then you can run it. Oh, not run. There you go. Brilliant. Works brilliantly. Works brilliantly. Okay. Well, that's amazing. Yeah. So here's the memory mapping. So you can specify mem-c to use just one card slot. You can use mem-b, which uses both cards at the same time, or mem-d. It uses both cards, but the program is held in slot 1 and the variables in slot 2, which is interesting. So I guess that means that you would be able to swap out the RAM. So you'd be able to, as they've got here, that would have the actual program on it, and that would have the variables. So you'd set that up in that way, and then in theory you could pull this out and use it on another machine or whatever. Or you could gather data and do what you got to do, and then essentially grab a fresh one, stick it in, and grab more data. So you could keep recycling. So this, I don't know much about this. This is data collection for FIP. So I don't quite know what's going on. I don't know what this is for. It's apparently a new concept in data collection, pocket-sized computer unit, pre-programmed to enable you to record information easily. So I don't know what sort of data is being stored, and I think the cards are now vaped because the batteries have died on them. The actual programming code has disappeared. I think you probably have to send it back. Anyway, I'm not going to worry too much about that. What is really cool is these are very difficult to get hold of. I have another one. So this is my original, right? I know it's a little bit chipped on there. But this one I've had for forever. I've had this for, well, 30 years maybe. And it's always been brilliant. It's bomb-proof. It's absolutely fantastic bit of kit. However, it's a little bit more beat up. It's been a bit more used, if I'm honest. And it only has one 8K card. No, I never had a card in there because I couldn't afford it. Or I didn't want to afford it. I mean, it's so expensive, ludicrously expensive. I don't think there's anything on here actually. I think it's all been long forgotten. Don't think there's any programs listed. Oh, isn't that weird? Like, genuinely, that is quite weird. It's the same program that I've written on there as I've written on there. No, seriously, that is really quite strange. I did not do this intentionally. I totally forgot. I've not powered this up for years. So, yeah, isn't that strange? Anyway, so my intention, I guess, this is a bit beat up, sure, but this is kind of my original. I don't want to get rid of this. But what I was thinking is, if I can somehow remove these stickers and try and return it to some factory default setting. So this bit here is okay. I think I can remove this one quite easily because it's just onto plastic. These are quite powerful stickers, but that's just onto plastic. Whereas this bit here and that bit, if I pull that off, it'll probably ruin it. If we have a look at the RAM card, I think we should be okay. It's taking a bit of a gamble. Yeah, I think it will come off. Difficult. yeah, it will come off. Surprisingly, it's not leaving much of a residue, but I'm worried it's going to take the text off as well. But yeah, it's actually not too bad. Oof. Yeah, I think it might have taken some of the glue out, but I can't leave it like that. That just doesn't look right. So yeah, that's not gone all that well. I think that's actually lifted a bit, but yeah, I mean, oh, I think that's actually been opened before. That's interesting. Let's just quickly open this card up and have a look. Yeah, so there's the battery backup in there, of which we can only assume is completely vaped. To be fair, I think that one of my original devices is also gone, but it is fine. Although having said that, that program must have been there for a long time, so maybe that's not true. But I don't know whether it balances the actual batteries in the unit with the charge on these cells to keep it alive. I don't know. Wow. Yeah, it's dead. 137 millivolts. Okay, so I need to get new batteries for this. I think, and I've got to get some. I've got some stuff to squirt on there to get rid of the stickiness. So yeah, new batteries, probably for all of these. So I'll have to order some of these specialist batteries. What is the model number of these ones? CR1616. Okay, so I need 3 of those. I think my intention then would be to sell one of these, probably sell this one. If I can get the sticker off there, that's a bit worrying, because if you look at that, that's got its name there printed, and I could very easily take that text off. It's a shame, because this looks in really good nick, but it's not my original, you know what I mean? This sounds a bit daft, but this has been with me for years, and I'm loath to get rid of it. Well, I'll figure it out. Anyway, one of these is going to be done up, sold, cleaned up, new batteries, and tested, and I'll keep the other one. My intention is to take this 8K card and sell that, and so that the my original unit will then have 2 32K cards, which is then basically, this is then maxed out, you know, taken to the max. What I use it for, I don't know, but I did make an interface connection for loading and saving via tape, because you can do that on here, which is quite cool. But I would also like to look at a serial connection and do some serial stuff, because you can transfer programs via serial, which is quite cool. You can even print from it. So yeah, that's it for now. We'll check back on this another time once I've got these batteries ordered, and yeah, and then maybe test it and see what we can do. Cheers. So finally, once I've got the battery sorted, cleaned it up a bit, do some testing on it, of course, I'm going to look at doing some interfacing. Now, a few years ago, I did play around with some Arduino interfacing for serial. It kind of worked. This is a 3.3 volt, so I needed a level shifter, and I think I used the Max 232. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that is hopefully for the future. I would like to try and build some physical interface hardware for that, maybe a 3D printed thing. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that'll be hopefully that will be fun, and we can actually make some use of it. Dare I say, like and subscribe. Never said that before. Sounds a bit weird, but anyway, if you could, that would be brilliant. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Cheers.